This is lens review about SLR Magic 8mm f4 ultra wide angle lens. From bottom, you will see you have the lock, that one is for fixed the manual focus. The middle one, the round silver knob, is for the manual focusing. And then the upper one is the manual aperture ring. It comes with SLR Magic lens cap. The design and the structure of the back of the lens is metal build and high quality. The size and the weight of the lens is very small and just weigh around 100 grams. This linear wide-angle lens have very small distortion. This lens is 16mm in full-frame equivalent. In order to manual focus this lens, you need to use the right silver knob to focus this lens. The whole lens will rotate when you change the focusing. You can tighten the screw to fix the focusing of this lens. This is how we control the aperture of this lens. It can accept filter and the size of the filter is 52mm. You can see how small compared to the Panasonic kit lens. This is a real surprise for me when you see the back of the lens compared to the Panasonic kit lens. This is how it looks when attached to Panasonic Lumix G85. The silver round knob for manual focusing is located at the lower right side of the lens. This is what you will see every time when you turn on this lens for G85. Let me share how to configure that. So first thing, you need to go to your setting and choose the custom, navigate to page 9 and then press the shoot without lens and turn it on. So this will tell the camera you will no lens to attach to this lens. Next is need to configure the built-in stabilization for G85. So choose the second motion picture, page 4, stabilizer. Choose that and then choose focus set length, press and set to 8mm and then just press the set. That's all you need. So you can see this lens have very ultra wide angle, which is very useful for aerial photography or video. So keep in mind, the lens still have some little bit distortion. You can notice the around the corner there, your left or right hand side, but it's really very unnoticeable, which is very useful. And the first time is when I look at my LCD screen, actually I didn't really notice about the distortion. I'm very surprised by the result, just a very tiny small lens. When come to still photography, actually this lens really can fit everything into your frame. For your information, all this still photo I used the standard profile JPEG, so I didn't apply any sharpness and all. If you've used camera like G85 have the peak focusing, it is very useful when you use manual focus. Although everything is focused when you set F like F16, everything in focus. So from here onwards, I will show everything from F16, F8, F5.6 and even F4. So do you notice any like quality drop or sharpness? From my opinion, is the sharpest one is like around 5.6 or 8. F4 is still usable, but the round sharpness is okay. I prefer use the 5.6 or the F8 is the sharpest at the round corner there. One thing I need to use to beat is the manual focus ring. So the round silver knob, because it's located at the right hand corner, so when you need to turn the focus ring is kind of troublesome because we used to use our left hand to turn the focus ring. So sometimes my hand need to adjust the position. But keep in mind, this lens is target for the drones, everything. So everything is fixed focus. So but once you get used to it, it's okay. Another thing is that this still image I took is I didn't using a filter, so it's straight out of the lens and JPEG quality. If you love everything lightweight like me, I want like travel very easily, this lens is really suitable for you. Just very small, weight around like 100 grams. As long as you keep your subject in the middle, which is the sharpest in this lens, so everything will be perfect. Overall, I'm very satisfied about this wide angle lens for still photo, so it's really create a very wonderful image for me. What do you think? So final part, I will share about using this lens for the event in reality. So for your information, I didn't use any gimbal, so I just handheld with just G85. I fully relied on the 5-axis stabilization, so I create this kind of shot, just walking around 360 degrees. And then this frame, I just hold as high as possible with my hand. Yeah, I noticed the wobble effect. Maybe it's the lens and then the way I hold my camera. So if you keep your subject in middle, everything will be sharp. Of course, this lens will have small distortion like when you notice the outer side of the lens, but it's okay, fine for me. Now I can fit everything you want to use, group photo. In summary, this lens performs the best when you set the aperture in 5.6 or 8. So keep your subject as middle as possible to make sure the sharpness is the maximum. The lens distortion is very noticeable. You should consider this SLR Magic 8mm as your ultra wide angle lens for collection. What do you think?